Black Market News, your worldwide weed price guide. Welcome to Black Market News, the podcast with your worldwide weed price guide and other illegal topics with your host, me, Harvey O. Today's episode is brought to you by Misfortune Cookie. That's misfortunecookie.ca, where you can get the cookie that roasts your friend or anybody in your family or you might know. Maybe someone you don't know and don't like. Send them some fortune cookies with some chocolate dipped on them with some nice little roasting joke. Keep them on their toes. That's misfortunecookie.ca. You can find them on Instagram and Facebook. And they ship worldwide or deliver in Kelowna, Canada. Thanks to Misfortune Cookie for supporting BMN Podcast. Contact Black Market News if you'd like to hear your business or organization being advertised on the show. Today's going to be a little different. We're just going to wing it. I recorded this and I read over my writing for the show, and I just cringed by it. I didn't like it. I don't want to give out news that's biased with my opinion, really. I don't want to force. I understand that we're going to be biased against police and governments here. You know, we're pretty much against taxation, but we're not against doing what's right. And I don't think forcing people to think my way is right. I want to give you guys some news, some information, and bullshit with you a little bit. Have some fun, you know. So let's do a little different. And something else I'm going to do different here at Black Market News. I'm going to give you good news. Any good news I find out there, it's coming every week. You know, we're not going to do like everybody else. We're not going to just bring you all the downside to everything. We're going to bring you whatever good news I can hear. Whatever I find.
You smoke too much sativa.
To start off, big news on the good news side. On February 11th, the CDC issued a statement saying that the end of quarantine is coming. They claim if you have contact with the virus or the vaccine, that you don't need to quarantine anymore. No more masks, no more social distancing. It's over. I know that doesn't seem that way for everybody, and some people will always be scared, but you know, it's time to go out and live. Live again, have some fun, hug somebody. You know, just let's get it started in here. Exclusive. We're talking exclusive. Exclusive. Cannabis stocks are soaring, then falling, and every media outlet's blaming Reddit again. The Reddit investors, they didn't really do anything wrong. They invest their money where they want to. That's, you know, seems pretty logical and reasonable to anybody else. They want to buy a stock, let them buy a stock. Let's see, these hedge fund guys, they're manipulating it. And just in case you haven't figured out from the GameStop and Reddit ordeal that you might have heard in the news, the hedge funds and corporations, they have the whole stock market manipulated for them to make money. It's not going to ever fail for them. So I would just say, invest your money if you want. You might get lucky. You could go to the lottery or to the casino and probably get the same results, if not better. I would think if you went to scratch-offs and you bought $10,000 or $5,000 worth of scratch-offs, you probably would get a couple of big wins in there. A man was arrested with a pound of meth by the Hawaiian Police Department on one of the small islands. People, that's too much crank for a small island. Don't you want to just enjoy yourself? I would think like a pound of crank on a small island, it would turn into one of those damn zombie video games or something. I have to look this up. I don't know which one it is. It used to be a zombie video game where you were on like Dead Island or something. You were on an island. It was everybody turned to zombies, and you were one of the people who weren't a zombie. Duh. And then everybody just ran around with sores on their face. Attack you if you get too close, but you can find food everywhere. I would say the same thing is probably going to happen with the meth. You know, you can find food everywhere. No one's eating it. Everybody's running around just scratching, looking for more meth. Keep your distance. I would suggest, I know I just said I don't tell anybody how to think or live, but hey, I would probably suggest trying to relax, look at some waves, sunsets, mushrooms, weed, Think happy thoughts, people. Think happy thoughts. Florence Sheriff's Department in South Carolina made 4 arrests over the past month on the I-95. Everybody with big amounts of weed or some heroin from Massachusetts. Seems to be a big flow from people from Massachusetts coming down through I-95. I have some funny stories with that. I've driven through Florence there with the sheriff's department. They always have stops. I mean, if you're running anything through South Carolina on I-95, I would suggest you do it. You'd be going through South Carolina somewhere between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., somewhere around there. You don't, even lunchtime. Come lunchtime, they're already putting out some stops here and there. You got to be prepared, people. Can't be doing ignorant shit like that. I've ran through there. Back in the day, we went through there. It was the middle of the night, probably like 1 or 2 in the morning, trying to drive just straight through. My buddy was sleeping. And you might have heard the buddy if you listened to the live show. If you did listen to the whole 2-hour live show, thank you. Love you. You're one of my favorite heads. But if you heard Captain Budge, me and him were riding through South Carolina about 1 o'clock, and he was asleep. I was driving. I was maybe partaking and smoking something. And about a minute after I put it out and put it all down and had the windows rolled down and enjoying my fresh air, I see the big sign, drug stop ahead. And they literally, that's what they put there on I-95 in Florence. They put drug stop. I've seen them put road stop before, but I went there one time. They literally just said drug stop. So if you go through, that's what you're gonna get. But when we went through that night, I mean, my asshole puckered. I saw that sign, started slowing down. You could see the police on the other side sitting there just waiting for somebody to try to turn around and run. That was one of those little cop median cutoffs right there. So, I mean, you could go for it, but the cops were sitting behind that big, bright sign. And I just go rolling forward, knowing what's coming. And I get up there, and the cops were just tearing this old van apart. I mean, to pieces. Shit. It was one of them ones that was like a hoarder van, like it was stacked to the roof. And this guy, I mean, you could see this guy had like newspapers, and he was a true hoarder. He weren't selling anything or bringing anything anywhere. These guys took everything out of his car. They had it, shit just flung all over the side of the road, and they just waved me right on. And I didn't argue none. Stay away from Florence, South Carolina, if you're running drugs. Just saying. It's not the place to be. Let's get to the worldwide weed price guide. Washington State, still $5.15 a gram. California is 15 to 20 gram, and northern 65 to 8. Don't go to dispensaries. They tax way too much, charge way too much. Runts and white runts, that's some of the big flavors around there. Big strains have flavors.
You smoke too much sativa.
In Fresno, it's 60 for a nice outdoor, or nice outdoor quarter, or 80 for a nice indoor quarter. Bay Area is reporting between like 70 and 200 an ounce. Guy said he's getting it real cheap, good deals right now, which when I see the market's flooded with it, there's way too much and nobody wants anything that they got. Everybody wants purple. Hey, I don't blame them. I'm all about the indica too. I wish y'all got over the sativa a long time ago. Which I love sativa too. I love it all. I don't really care. I found that most strains, if you go from one to the other, indica or sativa or hybrid, I'll find some sativas that will make me sleepy, and I'll find some that will make me anxious, and then I'll smoke some indica, and I'll find one that makes me anxious, and I'll find one that makes me sleepy. I mean, I don't know how exact the science is for that, and I just don't know how screwed up my body is, so I don't really have any science on that one. Oregon's got mushrooms, 2,000, 2,800 for a pound. I've been told microdosing capsules are coming. They're around 8 to 15 a piece, depending on where you're getting them. Got some nice pretty bags. Las Vegas, 10 to 15 a gram, or 60 a quarter for that slurricane. Colorado's coming in around 80 to 300 an ounce in the legal stores. 160 ounce for nice homegrown on the streets. Thanks Reddit user Hourglass 7200. You the man. Northern Texas is 100 a quarter for nice flower, $2.25 an ounce for the mids. Madison, Wisconsin, $40 eighths, 225 to 300 for an ounce. They got Gorilla Glue number 4. That's what Reddit user Wrinkle said is the good out there. Kentucky flower is 200 to 250 an ounce. Indiana is $5 to $15 a gram for flower, or 140 to 235 an ounce. Illinois eighths are 25 to 60, and ounces are 180 to 265. Virginia is $10 to $20 a gram, 240 to 300 ounce. Remember, they just legalized it, so here soon they'll have taxes, and how they handle that will decide if they lose a black market and drive their prices down, or if they just keep it the same and just gain some new smokers, basically. Let's see if they take it in Washington's direction or California's direction. I've seen New York. Looks like New York wants to tax based on a percentage of THC in it. So if you grow that good shit, you're going to get taxed like 35%. And that's ridiculous. No, they don't do that with any other industry. You don't get taxed more for perk 10s. You don't get taxed more for 151. It's just ridiculous. They're just looking for a way to scam you and get more money out of you. See, Kentucky, flower is 200 to 250 an ounce. Sorry for the rant, but we're going to do it sometimes, people. We got to wing it a little bit, have some fun. Indiana's $5 to $15 a gram, flowers, 140 to 235 an ounce. Illinois, eighths, 25 to 60, ounce, 180 to 265. Virginia, $10 to $20 a gram, 240 to 300 an ounce. North Carolina is $15 to $25 a gram for flower, or 30 to 50 a gram for oils. Georgia has the Zaza for 120 to 140 for a half ounce. So that's like, 60 to 70 a quarter. But Florida has quarters from 80 to 140. Now, if you remember, I talked about the guys from Massachusetts on I-95. I'm going to say most likely they were heading down to Florida or somewhere where they could sell their bud for a good price. Because as you can't tell, that they went by North Carolina and had a good price. South Carolina, nah, people don't like to pay as much down there. Most of the people I know there aren't as much a connoisseur as they are just like to get their buzz when they're ready. They hope it tastes good and that's it. They don't want to get ripped off. See, Rhode Island, they coming in with 150 to 300 for an ounce on the street. Maine, $6 to $10 a gram, or around 2,500 a pound. Cheaper if you buy more is what they say. I guess that's everything when you're dealing the free market. Maine was $6 to $10 a gram. Oh.
You smoke too much sativa.
New Jersey has nice concentrates. Real clear, pretty yellow stuff with the crystals, around 200 a quarter. We're going international. I'd like to thank everybody in Ontario, all the people listening. Don't forget to share this with your friends. I want to hear some nice reviews. Hit the like button wherever you're listening. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Podbean. I appreciate you. Canada, still $5 to $10 a gram in Manitoba. That's a 900 to 1,400 a pound. I don't know who the hell's buying a pound to just smoke on. Or maybe they're not just smoking on it. Oh. And in southern Ontario, we got 100 to 130 for an ounce. And this is the weed on the streets. Dude man says you can get that Especial bud. That stock car nugget. That stuff running jet fuel numbers. Shit that'll put you past the sound barrier. Well, That's about 30% THC, or 230 to 300 an ounce. And I've had a few people in Ontario get with me and say that that's all from the internet plug out there. Somebody on the internet plug is doing a real good job and getting that sticky icky out. And then we'll get across the pond now. We'll start Madrid, Spain. 5 to 8 euros a gram for flower or hash. In Europe, there's a lot of borders, and all those borders and all those border guards that take their job a little bit more seriously than they might do here in America. They crack down on weed. It's too hard to transport. So hash and flower are usually around the same price. But that's Europe there, mostly the southern to northern eastern side of Europe that I've heard. There's a lot of western side. The eastern side, there's a lot of medical markets or already legal places that have it. It's pretty cool. Macedonia, thanks for the listeners out there. Whoever's speaking English in Skopje, appreciate you. Said flowers is around $2 to $6 there, or $230 for a kilo, and that's 2.2 pounds. It's a damn good deal. Bucharest, Romania, $5 to $10 a gram. Bavaria, Germany, I got 10 to 15 euros for flour. Manchester, England, hello, governor. Appreciate y'all listening too. Some people over there in England might think I sound good, or I sound more like you. Who knows? You hear some people on tourists when I was younger asking me if I was from Australia. Good day, mate. Thanks to the listeners out there, too. I haven't got anybody to chime in or email or talk to me and let me know what prices are and give me an idea anywhere out there in Australia, but I do want to hear it. bmnpod@gmail.com, or Harvey O Knows on Instagram, or at bmnpod on Twitter. And I tell you, if you follow Harvey O Knows on the gram, you might see something. If you're biased towards a certain government or government affiliation, like you like Republicans a lot, or you like Democrats a lot, or you like the Queen a lot, or you like the American government a lot. I mean, I talk shit about them all. If I'm talking shit about your buddy, just wait a couple of posts and I'll talk shit about the one you don't like. Then you can enjoy it. And then we got, like I said, Manchester, England, 10 to 20 euros a gram, 140 to 210 an ounce. And that's thanks to Reddit user James85858. And he knows where that good bud is, mate. Once again, Australia. I kind of, with accents, I kind of go like Bumblebee from Transformers. Like I'll say about three words in one accent, and then switch to another one, and the next 3 words, and I'll finish a sentence between 2 to 5 different accents. Who knows? That might just be my short circuit.
You smoke too much sativa.
Johnny number 5, Oslo, Norway. Thanks, Mr. Racer Hacker. He's telling us they got 8s for 60, but since COVID started, they went from the usual 3.5 gram to 2.5 grams for an 8th. So that's a little bit of a difference. 18 to 25 euro for a gram of hash, 18 for Xanax 10, meth is 50 a G, and coke is 110 a G. I don't do that stuff, but we're going to report it if we got it, bud. Right? Poland is 40 zloty for a gram. That's the nice flowers they got over there. We got Ecuador, quarter ounce for $20 US. If you know some better stuff down there, let me know at the bmnpod@gmail.com or bmnpod on Twitter. Jammu Kashmir, India, on the Pakistani border, is reporting 1,000 to 3,000 rupees for a full chali. That's 14 to 45 US dollars. Chali is a corn husk filled with hash and buried to cure. Haven't tried it, but everybody says it's really good. So around Kishtwar, Say it right, buddy. Around Kishtwar, $15 to get you like an ounce or two of hash. It's a good damn deal. Thanks, Reddit user I_hate_iPhone. Sorry about me saying dash last time. Get the right one out there. Southern India, they have Indian greens, which looks like just that regular, that Reggie. Some good old brick weed. It's like $4 US for a cigarette cellophane full. I don't know if that's an eighth or a quarter. Either way, that's pretty good for $4. Won't complain about it, right? I might complain about the flavor of it, but I like to bring the guy from Southern India, send him some of our American flowers with all the nice terps and trichomes covering it, just sparkling. He'd be like one of them kids on Reddit taking a video of it. Did somebody put fiberglass on my bud? Why is it shining so much? I think it scratched the glass. That might be a streak of hash down the side of it now, but you never know. Maybe it did scratch the glass. You got that diamond cutter weed, bud. New Zealand, gram, $20. Like I said, Australia, y'all listening in, but you're not telling me. I need some feedback. Much love to you. Tell me about how the surf and bud's going, bud. It's about ready to full blast summer there right now. Hope you guys listen to Aussie Man Review. It's watching. That's a funny videos, man. Funny videos. Like I said, if your area was not mentioned, if I don't have a price in your local area, don't have anywhere really in Russia or Central America, anywhere on the big old Asian continent, really. I mean, I got India, okay, but the majority over there, the eastern side and all the northern areas, Mongolia, China, Russia, I haven't heard in, which I don't think they probably like it, but hey, there's got to be somebody out there. See, I've started a Patreon, and the link will be in the description this week. On there, I'll be giving you uncensored interviews with black market individuals, dealers, and people in the cannabis industry. It's going to be $5 a month for the Patreon. It's going to be a lot of exclusive stuff just for you guys. It's going to help me build this quote-unquote show network. I want to make it something that's more up to date. Maybe a little bit better music, huh? Oh, shit. All intro sounds and everything are made by me. The final song, obviously, is music by bands that allow me to play their music. They have some awesome music, like Forget the Whale. We're going to hear them again today. Their song, Man Out of Town. Search for Black Market News everywhere you listen to it. Share. Make sure you share. Click that like button. Follow, review, leave a comment. They say you can listen on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Podbean. We're going to be doing a live show on the weekends, early morning, the Wake and Bake. The mornings, it's called The Morning Buzz with Harvey O. You'll have a lot of fun. We're going to play music, get high, and just BS around. Talk to people who are interacting, and then we'll have some other people call in too. Had an interview with Captain Budge this past week. If you listened to the whole 2-hour episode and heard that, I thank you. You're a true head. You definitely need to go to the Patreon and hook me up with that $5 a month so I can bring you some more awesome information, more interviews. Like I said, this week's song, Forget the Whale. Their song, Man Out of Town. I'm obsessed with this band. They're from Jersey. Look them up on Facebook. They're really good. I don't know what it is about it. They say blues, rock. A woman singer has just been, I guess, my preference here lately. I like the Billie Eilish, this Forget the Whale. Halsey. That lady, she's good. But remember, look up Forget the Whale on Facebook. Man Out of Town. Thanks for listening to Black Market News every Friday with your host, Harvey O. If you're scared, say you're scared.
that man